Are we on? Hello. You know, like when they go for the movies?
Oh.
And you go like,
No,
you know,
can't we just do it?
Okay, do it. We'll just say, welcome back to Veggie Venturers.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, what did you say first? Action!
Welcome to our Veggie Ventures YouTube channel. Okay, so this will be our first Q&A, just so that you guys can get to know us and know all about what we are doing and our journey. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So question number 1, who is Mamma Veggie?
Hi everyone, my name is Mien, otherwise known as Mamma Veggie. I am 58 years old. I was born in Cape Town and I live in Johannesburg now, and I'm working in the medical device arena as a sales manager. And who is Sissy Veggie?
My name is Sam. I am 20 years old. I am a full-time student and I was also born in the beautiful city of Johannesburg, where we currently live.
Our second question is a little bit more about our family background. Sammy?
My family background is that I have a beautiful Mamma Veggie. I have a dad and I have an 18-year-old brother. I have a cat named Fluffy, I know, very original, and a dog named Abby, and we live in Midrand currently in a townhouse just in the suburbs. Over to you, Mamma Veggie.
Thank you, Sammy. So, we came from a family of 6, my parents and the 4 children. I'm the third in line. I had 2 brothers and a sister, and they live in Australia and New Zealand. Unfortunately, my parents lived to a ripe old age, but they have now passed on. We live in Johannesburg, and I'm the only family member that's still living in South Africa currently.
Alrighty, so the next question is, why did we decide to become vegetarian? So my personal reason is actually quite a long story, but I've had quite a lot of health issues throughout my life, and when I was about 15, I did a whole bunch of tests, and it came back that I was actually allergic to meat. But in that time, I had already been transitioning over to vegetarianism because my mom has been vegetarian my entire life. So I had been accustomed to the vegetarian lifestyle and the food, and I just genuinely really enjoyed it. And so gradually over time, I just naturally found myself eating more vegetarian and plant-based foods. And then when I was 15, after I had those tests, it kind of confirmed that, you know, vegetarianism would be the way for me to go forward, and I haven't looked back. I have also a huge heart for animals and the environment, and that was a very, very big factor that also played a role in why I decided to reduce my animal product consumption. But as I do not eat any meat whatsoever. I do eat eggs, but I am also unfortunately allergic to dairy. So I do have it every now and again, but it comes with quite some gastric distress. And Mama?
Okay, so my mom was convinced that I was born vegetarian. Throughout my whole life, when we lived at home, I had to eat whatever was placed on our plates. My mom came from the war, so there was no such thing as wastage of food. And when I left home to start my career, I chose the life of a vegetarian. Next question is, what inspired us to start? Sammy?
Well, it was kind of something I've been thinking about for a while. I have always dreamed of living a life that wasn't, you know, your normal 9 to 5 kind of work-paced job. I am currently studying a BSc in Human Physiology, Genetics and Psychology with the eventual goal of becoming a child neuropsychologist. And I of course want to do that one day. But the more and more that I think about it, the more that I realize I actually want to use this next 10 years of my life, because I'm 20, in my 20s, to live it to the fullest, to travel as much as I can, to experience as much as I can, so that when I'm ready to settle down and start a family, I can move into my career. I just feel like I want to create something wonderful with my mom and do something fun, and this is what we've come up with. What do you think?
Yes, I love that idea. I think for myself, as I'm in almost the end of my career, I don't have many years left. It was definitely something to look at. It's very trendy to do these kind of things, and Sam got super excited, and I kind of got jumped on the bandwagon with her, and I thought this is a great opportunity to live every moment to the full while we still are relatively young. Well, Sam's very young, but I'm relatively young and fit and able. So we decided to jump in and kind of make this work.
Okay, so our next question is, what kind of content can our viewers expect, Mamma Veggie?
Okay, so I think the answer is in the name there, veggie venturers. So I'll tackle the first one, which is the veggie part. So we want to share what vegetarianism is for us, where we go shopping, the recipes that we follow, the plant-based foods that we consume mostly for our health and for well-being, and also, you know, the tips and the tricks of when we go out, what sort of restaurants we choose that helps us to be vegetarians.
Okay, and then I will be speaking about the second part of our name, which I think is pretty self-explanatory.
It is.
We are veggie venturers. So we want to broadcast to our viewers that it is actually not difficult to travel as a plant-based person. That you do not have to go out your way, it does not have to be expensive, and you don't have to do these weird, crazy restrictions and rules and things of how to travel. It's really not that hard. We just want to show that no matter where you go, everybody can be accommodated. So whether you're a member of the plant-based community, such as us veggies, or whether you're not, you're welcome here, and we want to give you the best travel recommendations that we can wherever we go.
So our next question will cover what our long-term goals and plans are.
Alright, well I think that our main goal is that we want to do collaborations with real people and focus on authentic content, both with international and local businesses, restaurants, hotels, resorts, not only for places that are very touristy, but also for places that are off the beaten track, for a unique experience. And we just want to showcase our lives while we do this. And eventually I think that our goal is to do this full time, and what the memories that we get out of it.
Yes, and I think it's very important to keep things quite local. In South Africa, there's a lot of plant-based restaurants and places that to visit where the general public in South Africa are unaware of, and I think that is really important to showcase what South Africa has to offer for those living in South Africa itself, for our general South African population, but also for the tourists that come here. Alright, so the next question covers what are our hobbies, our talents, and the quirky things that we do.
So my hobbies are cooking, baking, and keeping active. I love doing fitness and sports. It's very important to me.
Okay, so I also love doing sports and keeping fit and healthy, and reading, and I love to play word games.
My talents, I'd say I'm pretty good at singing, dancing, and public speaking. I really enjoy to speak in front of people and do presentations.
So my talents are that I have a very good sense of direction, which is really important in the venturing part of our Veggie Venturers. I have a good general knowledge, and so I am able to speak to literally anybody about anything.
Oh yeah, but we didn't cover the quirky things. What? Can you say this?
But I know what your quirky thing is.
What?
When you've had too much gin to drink, you sing totally off key.
Okay, but at least I don't fall into every hole over the holidays and make mamarisms like Wapalula. What is one thing most people don't know about you?
That I'm actually really very shy.
Seriously?
Yes.
But you're so outgoing.
I was
and
a
you speak to
wallflower
everybody.
when I was at school, and I was very, very shy. I've had to learn to be more out there, and I think nursing helped a lot.
So you learn something new every day. Well, for me, one thing most people don't know about me is that I actually have premonitions in my dreams. So I'm not a fortune teller, but basically when I go to sleep and I dream things that will happen in the future. It could be a couple of days, weeks, even months. And I can see something in real life and know that I have seen that before in my dream. It's really freaky, but anyway. So the next question is, what is the most ridiculous thing you believed as a child?
So when I was growing up, my sister and my brother, they're older than me, they used to say if I pulled a silly face at around midnight, then it would be on my face forever. I would never be able to take that silly look off my face.
What's the silly face? That's so weird. Okay. What I believed as a child is I'm still traumatized. So one day when my mom was working late, my dad took my brother and I out for dinner. And we went to an Italian restaurant. The fellow South Africans will know puppuccinos, I'm sure. And he ordered gazpacho, which is like rare meat. It's like thinly cut rare meat that you eat with bread and other things. And so he told me, because I didn't know what the hell this thing was, and it just came on a plate and it looked so weird, and I was like, what is that? And my dad was like, no, it's a fish and you have to eat it very quickly, otherwise it will start moving off the plate and then fall on the floor, and then the waiter gets very upset because he's gonna have to pick it up off the floor and put it back on your plate. Oh, and also now I just remembered, you told me that spirits, like alcohol and spirits, are actual ghosts. So for the longest time, I thought that we were drinking ghosts. It was a long time ago. I asked you, is spirits, like the ghost spirits, is that what we're drinking? Like, yeah, you have to put it into a bottle, and then you need to like shake it really quickly so that they die. Otherwise, then the ghosts will like evaporate out the bottle. And I was like so confused. So yeah, I was scared for a long time after that because I thought we were all drinking ghosts.
Sorry.
Trauma, man. Absolute trauma.
Okay, so the next question is, which YouTuber would you collab with and why?
That's not a difficult question. Definitely Nina Rome. If you don't know her, go check her out. She is literally the best vegan YouTuber I have ever seen in my entire life. She has amazing recipes. She has the best inspiration and she does unique ideas. Oh, every day I just look at her kitchen and I cry for it because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, she is very authentic and she's so cute. We really love her.
Okay. Now this is an interesting one. If you were a fruit, what would you be?
I think I'd be a pineapple.
Interesting.
Tough outside, tenacious and resilient, sweet on the inside, compassionate and kind, crowned with confidence, and I own my unique style. And what would you be?
I think I'd be a peach.
Why do you have a big bum?
If my personal trainer is watching this, that's a compliment. Yes, it's because I have a big bum. No, I'm just joking. It's because I think I'm quite sweet and soft. I have a very gentle, warm heart. I'm fuzzy and quirky, and I have an irresistible charm, and I'm also juicy personality, bursting with flavor and vibrancy. Yeah, so I think I'd be a peach.
So, next question. What is the funniest thing you've done?
Okay, so when I did horse riding, I was much younger. I think I was about 10 or something. And we were busy after the ride. I was taking off the saddle and the bridle, and my horse, yeah, he had mental problems. And so while I was busy like grooming him, he stood on my boot. Luckily it didn't hurt my toe or anything, but he stood on my boot, and so it got trapped under his hoof, and so I couldn't move. So I fell back right into a puddle of mud, and there was just mud all over me, and all I remember was walking out of the stable and everybody was laughing at me. No one even tried to help me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not very funny. I wasn't laughing, but everybody else did apparently.
So my story is we went to, for my birthday, we went to an indoor. Do you remember that?
Yes, the indoor obstacle course that has like inflatables. It's called Total Ninja Wipeout.
Yes, and I was doing part of the obstacle course, and unfortunately I lost my balance, and a 2-year-old ran right past where I fell, and I landed on the poor child. Luckily no one was injured and the child was fine, but the poor kid had this big old tuddy falling on him. I don't think that was fair.
Yeah, and he was screaming. It was so funny. It was hilarious.
The poor child. The child wasn't harmed. he was fine. He was fine, but it was rather embarrassing, and I had to profusely apologize to his mom. But she was very sweet, and she understood that. Yeah, it's not as easy for an older person to be on these inflatables.
I have video footage of that. That was hilarious. Rapid quick fire questions. All right. 3, 2, 1. Favorite color?
Blue.
Pink. Favorite food?
Dutch salty licorice.
Peanut butter. Favorite place in SA?
Morgan's Bay.
Wilderness. Top bucket list destination?
India.
Thailand. Biggest pet peeve?
Sand in my shoes.
When a recipe doesn't work out. Favorite guilty pleasure?
Cheesecake. Sammy's cheesecake.
Wearing my brother's socks and wandering all over the garden and in the house so that they get holes in it and not in my socks. Superpower you have?
Invisibility.
The ability to speak any language on earth. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Buy a fat sack.
I'd buy a white Shetland pony, dye it pink, and frolic around in Barbie clothes. And last one, favorite dad joke?
No, sorry, I can't think of one.
Okay, well, I have one.
Go on, man.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Love you, man. And please subscribe and like us.
No. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We hope that you laughed as much as we did and that you enjoyed the video and got to know a little more about the Veggie Venture Squad.
Please like and subscribe our video if you enjoyed it, so that we can catch you in the next one.
Love you, bye!